Hey, it's Liz, and I'm back, the Rice Lady. Opening sequence, the little video. I went to the Montclair Irish Presby Gardens, Montclair, New Jersey. It's an Irish garden. Every year, the irises come into bloom, and we go and look at the irises. It's a fun thing to do. It's basically free. They ask for a small donation, and I want to show that, with the upcoming, as we are sliding into a recession and the economy is going right down the toilet. There's still things you can do that don't cost anything. Go support your community gardens. Give for a small donation. It's free. It was wonderful. I may go back because the irises were not all in bloom. You can see a lot of buds, but I may try to go back. And also, don't spend all your time doom scrolling. Oh my god, what did he do now? Live your life. Do what you can do. Contact your reps. Also, they're still allowing public comments on a lot of things that are happening. If you can find it, so submit your public comments, contact your reps, protest. There's a big one coming up June 14th, no kings. I don't know if I'll be able to get into the city, but I want to start protesting. Boycott companies that support Trump. These are things you can do to get involved, but at the same time, don't stop living. Don't let him live in your head rent free. So again, community gardens. I'm going to try maybe later on to go down. One thing about New Jersey is we have tennis courts right here. These are absolutely free. Come on, find your local tennis court and just hit the balls around. One thing about New Jersey is that we have some really great shore beaches. You don't think of New Jersey, but we have what is known as the shore. And almost doesn't cost anything. Each town has a different charge to go on to the beach. But you don't even have to do that. You can just walk up and down the boardwalk and then find a nice bench and sit there. That's completely free. So these are things that you can do. I mean, instead of just going home and wringing your hands, going, oh my God, live your life. And it's like, put joy in your life, and just know that this will end. I think at the beginning, the wheels, I think, are going to come off the truck much sooner, maybe as soon as August, September. Right now, it looks like he just gets win after win after win. It's not going to last. Then we have the midterms, but I don't even wait till the midterms. The local elections, vote. Oklahoma, Oklahoma City and Nebraska. Is that the city? It's Oklahoma. I think it's in Oklahoma City in Nebraska. Some in a blood red state. One of the major cities in a blood red state just flipped to blue after being red for forever. So local elections matter. Here in New Jersey, we got a big governor's race in the fall. Traditionally, it switches back and forth. We've had a Democrat, so normally it would switch to a Republican. Of course, we had Chris Christie, and the economy went right into the toilet. And he won on the promise to lower property taxes. All Republicans do. Oh, we'll lower property taxes, and they never do. Not once do they ever lower property tax. That's what they always get you on. Ran New Jersey's economy right into the toilet. So I haven't looked yet. I'll wait till after the primaries. It's also I'm a little close. So we'll see. Will a Republican win? Usually the Assembly and the Senate stays blue. So basically what happens is nothing gets done. But we'll see. So that's but it's just the importance of local elections. Don't just show up for the big ones. Show up for all of them. If you're not registered to vote, get registered now. If you live in a state where they're doing voter roll purges, check. Please check. But again, these are things you can do. But as always, don't stop living. Again, the Irish Guards was just, it was a nice afternoon. I didn't think about Trump once. I had a lovely afternoon. So what we're going to do, as he's got that damn plane from Qatar. It's a grift, and the Qataris and Saudi Arabia are just playing him. They know how to stroke his ego, because that's what he likes. If you talk nice to him and show him shiny things, you can get whatever you want out of him. So they're just playing him. They'll get whatever they want out of him. And was it going to cost them a plane? It was a 13-year-old plane. It was a 13-year-old plane that's very expensive to me, and you need a huge staff to maintain this thing or work it when staff it with when you're for flights. So I think they were looking to get rid of it anyway. So here, you take it. And even if he does get it, the plane will have to be basically taken apart. It's got to be swept. It's got to have all those modifications put in for national security purposes. Usually Air Force One, they say there's some zombie apocalypse or something. That plane can stay in the air for, I guess, umpteen hours. It can stay in the plane for a long time, and it's built to do that. So this plane will have to be modified to do that. The Republicans won't say no. They're too scared. Trump's poll numbers have not. As I said before, once Trump's poll numbers start falling, low 30s, 20s, then you'll start seeing more break with the Republicans. Right now, MAGA voters, because they haven't been really affected yet. But they will. They're going, now they're shouting, for before price of eggs, and now they're going, oh, it's just a little pain for a lot of gain. We're the ones who are going to feel all the pain. Us little people, we're the ones who are going to get all the pain, and Trump and his billionaire buddies, they're the ones who are going to get all the gain. We'll get nothing. I won't go into the bill, how ridiculous it is, and how the little person is just getting screwed over. Because they don't care about us. GOP does not care about you. Trump does not care about you. But we'll take a look. We'll throw a few cards on the plane. My guess is he well, my intuitive feeling is he'll get the plane. But will he even be able to fly it? Because I said before, it's going to have to be basically taken apart and put together, and that's going to cost probably billions to do that. Congress will have to appropriate the money. And 2026 is the midterms. I see the House still going Democrat, so Hakeem Jeffries is not going to give him the money. And then you think for a second it's going to go to his library. What library? He's never read a book in his life. And plus he himself wouldn't have the money to fly that plane between the fuel and the staffing. He will lose the plane. Like I said, he's going to lose Mar-a-Lago. I think he might. I think also part of the deal was my feeling is, in case things go south and he isn't president for life, he's going to want a place to escape. But he's going to be expected to live this lavish lifestyle, and Qatar or Saudi Arabia or anything like that, they're going, yeah, no problem. How long do you think that's going to last? Once he's of no use to them, he's going to cut them off. Oh, and by the way, Saudi Arabia, Qatar got $142 billion arms deal. And then they in turn promised to spend X amount of dollars, I guess billions here in the U.S. Yeah, they might spend a few pennies here, but they ain't gonna spend money. They make all these promises, get what they want out of him, and then once he's no longer a useful idiot, they'll throw him over. But he's too stupid to see this. So anyway, all right, I'm off my rant. Let's throw the cards. All right. So I got my cheap gilded gold tarot cards. Because they remind me of Trump. Cheap fake gold. Sort of like his apartment in Trump Tower. I guess I take the price tag off. I got this little turtle yesterday at the gift shop over by the Irish Presby Gardens. Isn't it cute? Turtles are good luck, so this is something cute to put on your money altar if you have one. That's where he's going to go. Isn't he cute? He's only $6. Good luck. All right, put him over here. Got the deck. I'm going to take a look. Whoops, sorry. Trump and Qatar. Remember, Qatar also gave Jared Kushner like $2 billion. And Charles Kushner, during the first term, tried to shake down Qatar. And when that didn't happen, Jared went running to Trump, and of course Trump then slapped him over with a bunch of sanctions and all this stuff. We almost invaded Qatar because they wouldn't give Charles Kushner money. By the way, Charles is now the ambassador to France. Only the best people, huh? All right, let's draw 3 cards. Oh, Kelsa, please. On the bottom of the deck is the Tower. But it'll take time, but it'll happen. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, we got 5 of wands here. This is what's kind of going on now, because, you know, Republicans, even somebody, you know, like Charles Cook, Prosbiak, or whatever the hell his name is, on, they're not, even they conceded that this jet is a grift, and they're not too pleased with it. Trump's walking away from something. But he's going to throw everything he's got. Will Trump get this jet? I think he will. Let me see. But it's not going to be that easy. Right now, it's a real albatross. And I'd be doubtful he'll ever get to fly in it. Yeah. I think he's going to get, somebody might, because it's Qatar giving him money. So Trump gets what he wants, and they get what they want. But 9 of wands here, 10 of cups. Gets his wish. Yep. I think this is a two-way street, because I'm looking at Qatar and Trump. Qatar, get what they want. It's going to cost them a lot of money. They're going to get what they want. And I think also this is also showing that Trump gets his jet. But I don't think he'll ever get to fly in it. Trying to figure out, yeah, deals, manifesting, trying to make look at this, the sword of truth. Yeah, Trump and Qatar are making deals that only benefit Trump. That doesn't benefit the country. Remember that. Can you see up here? So, deals, working away at it, manifesting it. Alright. So, show me the final outcome of this deal between Trump and Qatar. Courts, be a judge. Remember, this is on the bottom of this deck. Tower. Trump, as usual, looking overseas for help. I'm not sure who this King of Wands is. Could be MBS. Could be a person who's ever the head of Qatar. This isn't going to work out the way Trump wants it. I mean, he'll get his little plane. I'm sure they're paying him. He's making money. This ain't to the government, ain't to us. This is what's going in Trump's personal pocket. Remember, this is all a grift for him. This is not going to work out the way Trump. Well, Trump gets. They're lining his pockets. He's making money. They're going to give him money, not us. Him. He gets his jet. He gets a nice fat payday. In return, they get this big, huge, 142 or whatever it is, $1 billion arms deal. They got sanctions lifted off from Syria, which was a good thing. I think the sanctions should have been lifted. Should be lifted. I know there was talk with Iran. Because remember, Qatar, I don't know why I keep calling it Qatar. They're kind of aligned with Iran. And remember, this whole thing this mess is Trump's making. We had a nuclear treaty with them. And in Trump's first term, he ripped it up. And now he's demanding that they start talking about another treaty. He can't stand the fact that somebody else negotiated a treaty. He has to do it. So that's the reason who negotiated? Was that Obama? That's the only reason. So we're in a mess with Iran and because of Trump. We're going into a recession because of Trump. Yep. But those price of eggs, man. So I wouldn't really worry too much about this deal with Qatar. If he does end up getting his jet, so what? Just so what? They'll probably never be able to fly in it. And then when we finally get him out of office, they're just going to take it away from him anyway. It'll never go into his personal library. So I'll leave it here. Obviously for entertainment purposes only. Like, subscribe, share. And try to get outside. Don't stop living your life. Stop doom scrolling and get out there and live. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.